Morning, Moxie. Sorry, getting all set up still. How was your day yesterday? I didn't see everything working? Everything is working. I'll do that for now. Give everyone like 3 or 4 minutes. How was your day yesterday? It was uneventful. Yeah, fairly uneventful. Forgot about therapy. Remembered at like 1:30. That therapy yesterday. So it ended up being, more or less an off day, I guess you could say. Yeah. I mean, therapy's not bad, right? I went on like 3 walks, 2 with Roxy, 1 on my own. Tried to clear the head. Yeah, I don't always remember. It's honestly just like a part of my day. It's part of my week. Like, it's just like, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't, but we take weeks off, he and I, but like we've been seeing each other since, I think last week in November or first week of December of 2021. So this fall will be year 4 of he and I working together. And I went on, like, before he and I started working together, I went on like a 3.5 month search to try to find the right person. Kind of finally landed on him. He's been great. So, but yeah, that therapy never stops. The therapy where the 20-year-old was reading from her college textbook during our sessions, that stopped. That was not of interest to me. Yeah. Some of the same themes, unfortunately. I think that's part of what's making things so frustrating and challenging for me is we made a lot of progress in some areas, but there's some things like me learning to enjoy life, learning how to take pleasure in experiences and things like that. Hey, Roxy. She wouldn't let me brush her this morning, so she's just gonna have to be itchy until I get a little bit of time later. Things like enjoying life, learning how to have fun. I wish that we had been able to solve that to this point. And again, all this is on me because I'm the one that has to put the work in. I'm a little bit disappointed, I think, in I've been able to identify some of my narcissistic habits, especially the ones that were taught to me by the church. However, I have really struggled to find some of the necessary solutions to a couple of them. You only want predictive text. But yeah, those things. Yeah. Mostly this week, it's just listen to my fucking doctor. I need to make this appointment before next week's appointment. All right. I didn't post anything in Discord that I was online, but we'll like shoot out another. I didn't even charge my phone last night. I'll drop something in the cord right now. Dog chat happened. Oh, Zuko. Twitch. Yeah, we talked. It was like a non-existent talk. We don't talk about that, remember? Especially on the Twitch, because Twitch gets recorded and I can't delete them. But the short version to your question is, yeah. And we're just going to have to hope and pray when the time comes for me to leave and return. No. Not a good resolve. A very, very bad resolve. No, that's okay. I talked to Eileen about it yesterday a little bit. I'm sure I'll talk to her a little bit more about it later today. Yeah. It was challenging. To board. Gate. Passage. Entrance. No. Okay, it's gonna be one of those mornings. Let's think about this. To clip or to quote? think entrance and board go together. Bengals chick, go go supreme. Girl bands. Member of a girl group. Very nice, Moxie. I like that. Rivet and thrill. Riveting, thrilling, charming. Charming, riveting, thrilling. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Struck. I don't know. Quoting. Charming, riveting, thrilling. It's not struck. We're still one away. Quoting or clipping? Extracting. Okay. One away. Yeah, entrance, gate, and board go together, I believe. You make an entrance. No, because these are all charming, riveting, and thrilling. Those are all like emotions that things can make us feel. In fact, riveting and thrilling are technically almost the same emotions. So anxious doesn't really fit. Event planner brand. Let's leave that for a minute. I know that goes there, and that should go there. Could it be struck? I'm gonna try this out because this looks really close. Damn it. Captive. You were right. Entrance. To captivate? Yeah, I was a little bit off there. Excerpt, to clip, extract, passage, or quote. And then starboard, starfish, stargate, starstruck. I wasn't getting that last one. There was no way I was going to get that last one. Yeah, I guess that captivate one does make sense now that I'm looking at it. All right, let's do the sports one. Although I need to fix my window here. There we go. Cooper Flag. I'm not going to do those ones because I don't know all the young rookies' names this year. King, Queen, Jack, Ace. Is there not an ace? Big Fly and Dinger are terms for home runs. I'll get that one next. Push, pull. I mean, technically you can push and pull a home run ball, but that's not it either. Big Fly, Dinger. A tater. And a jack. I was thinking something completely different. So it's not going to be that. Sounds good, Moxie. Up exercises. king? Nope, I didn't get it today. Tennis players who achieved the career Grand Slam lottery picks in the 2025 NBA draft. Yeah, I didn't know any of these young kids because I don't watch college basketball anymore. I stopped watching college basketball years ago. Ah, man. All right. Let me know when you're back from coffee, Moxie, and we'll get started. Give me a few. All right, you're back. We'll do. We're just gonna find out about all the vowels in one shot today. We have an E. An O or an I, yeah. Thief. I like that. I like the F and the I. I, E, F, none of which are in the right place. That's helpful. Except we know E isn't the third, the fourth or fifth. Field? So E is either starting letter or second letter. That's not helpful either. Like I'm watching the I and the E. We're just sliding those over to the left as we go. Obviously not intentionally. We're just trying to think of words over here, but. You're thinking over there. I'm thinking too. Oh shit, I probably should have charged my phone. I actually did not charge my phone while I slept last night. I actually fell asleep with my laptop and my phone. Like on my lap. My laptop ended up on the ground, which I don't know how that didn't wake me up at some point during the night. But yeah, my phone's like, it's not a good situation right now to have my phone low bat. I mean, it's never really up to me, but I would say as of now, probably not anymore. We were very lucky yesterday because you got yesterday. I was able to save us $10 yesterday. Unfortunately, I did have quite the appetite, probably because of the 3 walks. And then Rose pitched in and got me dinner. So I was able to roll over like 20 something bucks from yesterday, and then Julia helped out today. So I'm about halfway there. I think I'll be able to stay. I'm going to reach out in the Discord chat after we're done here. And I'm presently debating, probably not a bad idea to talk about something else while we're at the back of our minds think about this puzzle. Normally I don't do this, but I'm presently debating just hopping on the bus here this morning and going and doing my check-in. I did my housing check-in just on my phone yesterday with the actual case manager, but I need to go do my homeless check-in at the library. And I'm honestly just thinking about just like packing everything up here really quick and then just like hopping on the bus, and then I make it back and before checkout, obviously. If I left in the next like hour and 15 minutes, I'd be able to make it back before checkout. And then that way everything would just be ready in case I can't stay. Not something I'm in the habit of doing, but that way at least the last physical thing that I have to go to Long Beach for will be taken care of for the week, and then I can just worry about the rest of the shit. But yeah, I think I'll be able to stay today, which is nice. I hope I will, at least. Yeah. And you know how it is when you have errands you gotta run, like, it just weighs on you just a little bit. And obviously this is like my only real significant errand I have to run. The only problem I'm having with this particular plan is just the fact that Roxy's still not doing okay. So, like, that is legitimately, me running to Long Beach is a very long time to leave her alone. So, like, I have not left her alone that long since, yeah. Got myself a fucking companion puppy all of a sudden. It's cute, Moxie, and please stop and think about what that all entails. She's come with me everywhere. 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 She's come with me. I wanted to go on a walk by myself yesterday to clear my head, and I was only able to take like a 20-25 minute walk because stinkerhead. So apparently this other charger isn't charging my light. That's really annoying. Because I definitely plugged that in after we were done on Twitch yesterday. Sorry, I'll get my lighting fixed here in a second. But yeah, crazy weirdo kid, just very codependent right now. I'm trying to be a good dog dad here and try to balance. Like, and you have a doggy too, so you get it. Like, they get like that sometimes. But I can't stop doing the other things, as you know. So that's kind of where we're at. Like, Daddy's kind of loved out. I love all the loves. The love's been great, but we just need Roxy to go back to doing her thing. Yours is a stage 5 clinger. Yeah, Roxy's not a clinger. Roxy likes to be on her own. And even during this like time period, the last week or so, she's not clinging. She just wants me here. She just wants me to be present. She will sit by the door, and then I come back in, and she was clearly sitting by the door waiting for me to come back, and then she comes. She doesn't say hi, doesn't come for her normal, I'm home, pat on the head. She just walks over to that corner over there, and she sits down. It's weird. It's been a weird week. I mean, I actually know. I think I know what caused her to freak out, and it's not something that her or I can control. But again, we'll talk about that elsewhere another time. No, it's not outside in the hall. I know what it is. It's something else happening in another room. Again, can't really control it. So, but I heard it the other day, and I realized that that's what it was. So. And those guests are still here, so I think that's another reason why I'm very nervous to do this today. Like, I have to do it, so she's gonna have to suck it up. But, yeah. Like, it doesn't have to happen today. It has to happen today or tomorrow, but... Yeah. Yeah. Frickin' weirdo doggy over here. Grief? No, can't be grief, because can't end with an F. Impede is a 6-letter word, huh? And there's no D. Let's go E. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm trying to screw around with just the beginning of this word a little bit to see if anything comes to my mind. This is a tough one. Yeah, I doesn't go second. Yeah, this is a really frustrating one this morning. I don't think we know this word at all either, because this. Yeah. Well, like, I don't. What's throwing me off is that E has to be one of the first two letters. But with the things that have been eliminated, I can't really quite figure it out. Nah, I can't think of it either. That's the only name I could think of. It's a name though. I knew it wouldn't probably work, but I can't think of anything that starts with. You just did your text thing? What's your text thing? All the predictor word spelling? I mean, we have a couple of different guesses, so we may as well try something. And it corrected to Kafire. Kafire's milk. Kafire is milk. And I only know that because I grew up in Sacramento. Sacramento's a cow town. Make a lot of milk up there. Yeah, it's milk. So like difficulty score off the charts. I legitimately only know that word because it's milk. And I never would in a million years ever have thought to guess this word had you not just suggested it. Because I grew up in Sacramento. This is my hometown. We are known as a cow town. That's how I know that word. That's it. Your predictive text is your new jam. Stupid as fuck. That is a really difficult word. I never would have guessed that in a million years. Never, ever. Well, we kind of sort of cheated, but we kind of sort of didn't. What are your plans today, Moxie? I'm assuming you're just working. Sometimes autocorrect is our friend. Even though Siri's autocorrect on the phone is like the dumbest freaking thing on the planet to me. You thought you were going to go down to MGM for a trade show, but your colleague hit you up, told you not to bother. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, and there's always a convention in your town. Like, I have worked events at MGM New York, New York, which New York, New York does most of their events at MGM. And then I did Aria, Venetian Palazzo, the one that just closed across the street. What's it called? The one that had the Beatles show, the Mirage. I did conventions at the Mirage. Like, I've done so much of them, and there's always something to go see in town. But I'm with you. Like, they're definitely, like, TwitchCon. I do not want to go to TwitchCon. However, if I don't make it to TwitchCon, I won't be successful. Do I want to go to TwitchCon? Not really. Although the workshops do interest me. I like learning. I'm a nerd. So that does interest me. But so you have a meeting at noon and then you have a dinner tonight with your stand builder. Nice. That's it? It's a pretty chill day. How many projects do you usually have on your plate at any given time? Is it pretty reasonable? I'm with you, by the way. I'm just dropping a message in Discord. Just wanted to drop that in there. No, it's outrageous, but mostly compressed into the first 6 months of the year. So beyond stressful and overwhelming until you get to about July, then it becomes more manageable. So I'll tell you the story, Moxie. So I had my PMP, along with all my other bullshit certifications and stuff. So when I joined Amazon, mind you, I was like a senior manager or whatever, but like my team usually had each individual person had anywhere from 18 to about 20 projects on their plate. And they wanted us to be able to handle close to 24. And I went and did my PMP certification, and I found out that full-time project managers are never supposed to have more than 12 to 15 projects on their plate of any varying like degree of scale or whatever it is at any given time. I didn't know that before I took my PMP classes, and I remember bringing that to my bosses, and there was a department-wide message that got sent out that said that they would no longer be paying for us to take the accredited courses through the Project Management Institute towards our PMP. All because they were teaching project managers that were taking this course. It's PMP, it's a very standard, you know what it is, it's a very standard certification. But Amazon realized that they were teaching employees to work less. Because less is more. And Amazon, no, we don't want you handling 12 to 15 projects. We need you handling 24. So I spent most of my career, when I was at Amazon, it kind of stood around that 24 or so. But when I went to Scale Media and I was a project manager for a brand, and you know what that entails because you've probably done it before, but everything, advertising, marketing, all your digital assets, all of your events, everything. And when I started doing that, it was regularly staying about 30 to 35 projects. That was my workload. Good morning, Daily Dose of Rose. We are not ignoring you. Sorry, just continuing our thought because we are wrapping up this morning. But yeah, it's just an insane amount of projects to kind of stay on top of. And you did get some help this year, but she's a Salesforce SME. Gotcha. Not logistics, yeah. I think that's part of my problem too with like building out my practice is I'm definitely 100% a person that can do it all. And it's not necessarily something to brag about. It's just like I never really saw the added benefit in going to somebody else to get help when I can teach myself how to use something like Salesforce or Back Office or Monday or Figma or whatever it is, and then I can get involved in the project on my own. And it takes a couple of days or a week or two for me to learn, and everyone benefits from it. So I've definitely always taken that approach, and it's kind of funny because now I just don't know how to package that into a message, into like an elevator pitch to help people understand, like I can really help you with everything. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, but that's good to have help. Though Salesforce is just really, it can be a really big time suck too. If you're not updating like your call logs and your email lists and stuff on a daily basis. Rose, how's your morning going? What are you getting up to today before we hop off? You do not do Salesforce? You know how badly I wish that was a sentence that was able to be in my vocabulary, Moxie? I'd love to be able to spend a little bit more time in Zendesk so that I can start telling other companies that you need to stop using Salesforce and start using Zendesk. You gotta just pack and you're gonna go to your appointment, then you're gonna go to your grandma's. Nice. Run some errands today. That's always good. Moxie's gonna pack here in the next day or two, I would assume. I was Moxie and I was heading to New York this weekend, I would probably, you know, flight leaves at 1, 2 in the afternoon on Friday. Probably start packing around noon. I'd be this guy. You sort of slept, I had an alarm set at 8, and then you fell back and woke up at 9. It's funny though, before I started traveling a lot, I used to be like that, Moxie. Oh man, we're going on a trip in 3 days. Let's do some laundry, let's get everything pre-packed. And then that fucking job just like, nope. That's a I'll take care of that after my 11 a.m. tomorrow kind of a thing. It's really funny how quickly that changed. But all right, I gotta send some messages. We're getting into crunch time. Not quite crunch time. Crunch time has been 10 and 11, but I'm just gonna see if we can stay housed today. You know, water, food, and shelter. First 3 priorities every day. So you're pretty quick, Moxie. Nice. It took me a year and a half to teach the ex-wife, Moxie, that we didn't have to pack the blow dryer on every trip we went on. Once I taught her that, things started getting a little bit better. They have a blow dryer at the fucking hotel. Just use the blow dryer. Well, unless you're staying at a Motel 6. You don't get blow dryers at Motel 6. Was I up as late as me? Yes, kind of. I fell asleep at like 12:30, 12:45, Rose, after you got me my dinner. But I am also attempting to put myself on a very different schedule to accommodate the things that I need to do. So it's okay that I'm tired if I were to be tired right now, because there is a built-in like nap time later on in the day that coincides with a time period of the day where internet is not readily available. So that's how we're scheduling my day these days. Very interesting. Yeah. Well, I hope you both have a incredible day. I'm gonna go ahead and step away. See if we can stick around today, and if so, I will probably be online a little bit later on in the afternoon, Rose. So you can always find me. And yeah, I don't know how I win today. I don't know, do the 3 or 4 things that I have left to do. But we'll definitely make the most of it, Mox, for sure. Hope you both have a good one, and I'll catch you both tonight. Take care.